Thank you for coming, Mrs. Sharma. And remember, no access to the constitution and only studying from the material that we send you on WhatsApp. Okay? Okay, thank you. Bye bye. Welcome, Mrs. Valmiki. I can see here that you are Bhim's mom. Hello, Mrs. Valmiki. Oh, and I can also see that you are an IAS officer. Thank God for reservations, isn't it? Anyway, thank you very much for taking time out of your busy schedule. What? Oh, you are thirsty. One second. रामलाल रामलाल मिसेस वाल्मीकि के लिए पानी लाइए प्लीज हाँ डिस्पोजेबल ग्लास में yes Mrs. Valmiki. Now let's talk about your son Bhim. A little bit of a problem child, isn't it? Oh, why do I say that? Because he has Jai Bhim written on top of all of his copies. What's that about? So Bhim is Baba Sahib Bhimrao Ambedkar. Okay. We don't really want to encourage that because Dr. Ambedkar was a very complicated man. He put in all these ideas about emancipation and equality in people's minds, which created so much imbalance in the society, isn't it? जैसे आप देख लीजिए अभी कोई भी अपने हिस्से का काम नहीं कर रहा है. फॉर एग्जाम्पल यू आर एन IAS ऑफिसर एंड ऑल द क्लीनिंग एटसेट्रा इज बीइंग डन बाय Rohingyas and outsiders in the country. Quite dangerous, isn't it? So we don't want to encourage that. There are so many other gods in our religion, aren't there? Om लिख लें या फिर जय श्री राम लिख लें या कुछ भी लिख सकते हैं, but just not Jai Bhim, okay? कल को आपका बेटा आके कहेगा कि अंबेडकर का बोर्ड लगवा दीजिए, right? And we don't want that kind of problem in the school. Because कल को बच्चे भड़क गए और सबने पीट के उसको मार दिया या फिर some unholy happens in the school, we don't want that, right? Because you will blame the school will blame the class teacher. So no more Jai Bhim, okay? We have that understood? Okay, moving on. Your son is excelling in all his papers. Very good. 98 in maths, 97 in history. Very well done. So clearly your child is cheating. Because स्कूल के 75 साल के इतिहास में तो ऐसा हुआ नहीं कि आपकी कम्युनिटी का कोई बच्चा टॉप कर जाए. So it's a little bit suspicious. You know what I mean? I would encourage you to send Bhim to our moral science class where he can understand that cheating is not good, at least not at school level. बड़ा हो जाएगा, politics वगैरह करेगा, तब तो mandatory हो जाता है, but at least not in school, okay? I hope you make him understand that, all right. Another thing I wanted to talk to you about, Mrs. Valmiki, आप अपने बेटे को स्कूल में लंच में अंडा भेजती हैं कभी-कभी. We seriously frown upon such behavior. This is a pure vegetarian school. We only allow pure vegetarian food. Tomorrow you will send anything in his tiffin box. क्योंकि आप लोग तो कुछ भी खा लेते हैं, right? See, next year onwards, when there will be constitutional amendments and you will have your separate school, then you can send in your anda and your chicken and whatever meat you prefer. But not now, okay? So no eggs in the tiffin, all right? Finally, I wanted to talk to you about some of the essays Bhim has been writing in his English and Hindi classes. हिंदी की क्लास में उसका ऐसे का टॉपिक था आपका लक्ष्य और आपके बेटे ने लिखा कि वो भारत का प्रधानमंत्री बनना चाहता है. Now, this is a very good exercise for creativity and imagination, but frankly speaking, somebody from your community cannot really become the prime minister of this country, right? So, why to give your son, why to give your child any false hopes, right? तो उसको सच्चाई से अभी से रूबरू कराना सही है, and I would really encourage you to talk to him about this, all right? Okay. And in English, the topic of the essay was someone you admire. And he wrote, Savitribai Phule. Who is that? I mean, relevant किसी इंसान का नाम ले लेता तो it would have been better, right? We don't want your children to be learning from books and from history, okay? Especially when history is being rewritten. See, Mrs. Valmiki, all I want to tell you is that constitutional amendments के बाद जब reservation वगैरह हट जाएगा ना, it'll be very difficult for your son. It won't be so easy anymore, right? So it's better if your son learns how to keep pace with the changing times. And you too. It was very nice meeting you, Mrs. Valmiki, because पता नहीं अगली बार मुलाकात हो ना हो, आप लोग का तो स्कूल भी चेंज हो जाएगा, right? Anyway, thank you very much for coming in and all the best. Bye bye. रामलाल, रूम में गंगा जल स्प्रे कर दो.